Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Nerfing Truth. Now, here are the results for our giveaway. I'm not going to release the names of the people that I gave them to, obviously, just for their own privacy. The emails went out today, so make sure that you do respond to them. If you won, it's just a simple email asking for your address to make sure that I can send that blaster out to you. So, today we bring you a little different of a review. It's not so much of a Nerf gun or Nerf blaster or anything like that. It's actually for Nerf accessories more so. More specifically, Slydev accessories. Now they're a company based out of Australia. Yes, I guess I did say that with a little of an Australian accent for some reason. Force a habit. But they print 3D Nerf parts. So the part that I have in my hand here is a Nerf to Nerf connector. So you would put this on a tactical rail. As you see, you just unscrew it here, and there's another point on the other side here. This would connect a Nerf rail to another Nerf rail. So it would be more so for blaster to blaster integration without the epoxy and all that mess. Now epoxy can be great for certain projects. This can be great for other projects. It just depends. I will say though, if you're planning on doing a rough cut integration or anything like that, you will need two of these, as it doesn't make the blaster very stable when you're just trying to do a rough cut integration. Now, some of the other parts that I got, for example, was their Vortex sight. They obviously come in different colors. I chose mostly black and white because they're the most versatile for me. Obviously, I've got it on my Ravonics here, which a lot of people don't like, but I love it. Haven't had any problems with it. You can check out the review video on my channel if you really want to know about it. But this is just their standard Vortex sight. It's actually pretty accurate. I'm going to be showing you some video of it with the head cam that I've got. So just make sure I'll put that on this review video. But I've got that one. Also, you know, that's really the blaster that I use from the Vortex line, so I'm keeping it on there. Also, what I got is the medium drop sight, just because that's the most average one for the elite lineup. Just because I use my Strife a lot, which is of course flywheel, which means it's not, well, obviously not spring fed, but it's also going to drop a little more than the spring fed blasters. Also, I got the Jolt tactical rail adapter. As you can tell, I'm kind of using it for that front grip, just because, you know, in games like HVZ and just general Nerf Wars too, it always helps to have that extra shot on there while you're reloading your clip. That way you're not out fully. Now, one thing that I will say is I'm using it as a front grip, but it is not easy to prime. It doesn't hold in there enough. Basically what this is it's more so of a quick disconnect to access a jolt. So it'd work great on, you know, the side of a rapid strike or something, just so you can pull it off whatever you want. But I do like it as the grip. It's easy to reconnect as well. And it just gives you something to hold on to. Obviously, I'm still holding the blunt of the blaster here, because otherwise, you know, this wiggles around. But all in all, no complaints. Slydev delivered very quickly. I'm obviously in the USA, which none of you guys actually got right the state, but several came very close. I am in Arizona, just for the record. That's why it's pretty much always sunny in my videos. But yeah, so they came very promptly. The only one that I had trouble with here, let me grab it again, is the Vortex rail adapter. And I realize that it's probably not in the best spot on the rail, but I wanted it as pretty much as forward as possible. And that's the frontmost groove here that you can sit it in. So that's what I've done there. But this one just I had to do some sanding. As you can tell, it's not all the way connected. It's got a little bit of a curve to it. But hey, I'm not complaining because it's pretty dang accurate for it. It always helps to have something like an iron sight on your blaster. Nerf does... Actually, no, I'm not going to say that. Nerf doesn't do a great job with their sights as they don't often line up or do anything. They're more so for looks. These are actually pretty accurate. So yeah, here comes the jump to the videos of how they shoot, and I'll see you guys afterward. Alright guys, so here is the Slydev Vortex sight. It's obviously on one of my favorite Vortex guns, the Revonics here. So let's go ahead and see how it works for aiming. So obviously, just about shoulder height here. I'm not using a stock just to see what the blaster can do by itself. We're aiming about for that light switch up there, just straight down the middle. I'll tell you what, this was definitely a good purchase. It's hitting anywhere from beside the light switch there to actually on the light switch. So I'm very happy with the Vortex sight here, just because the Revonics was definitely missing a sight that you could go down the line there. So yeah, let's actually see what it can do with a dart blaster. So here I actually have two of the Slydev parts. I have the jolt connector here, kind of as a grip. It doesn't work too well as a grip, just because it's such a loose fit, but if you're stable enough, you can hold it by that. I may just use the same foregrip on there. This is just to detach or to fire if need be. I also have the blaster connector to connector part. You saw that when I was talking about them. And then, yeah, this is the medium drop sight. This is on a strife. So let's see what it can do. Alright, so once again, we're aiming for that light switch there. This does have a shoulder stock, so that may make a difference. Ah, and jammed it on my first try. Perfect. Alright, let's go. Alright, not too bad. That was a 12-round clip. So, you know, all in all, these sights are actually pretty accurate. You know, it's a Nerf gun, so it's not that accurate, but it works out well. And the jolt fires just fine, and actually fired around where the sight was pointing there. So, all in all, I'm very happy with these products. Thanks to Slydev for doing the work for me there. The only bad thing that I ran into, since these are 3D printed parts, this one here wasn't trimmed up all the way. That just took a little bit of an X-Acto knife and some sandpaper, so not too much of a complaint. Definitely check this guy out. He's got some great products, and depending on where you are in the world, it's not too expensive to ship out. So yeah, check him out. There's a link in the description. So I obviously covered everything in that video now. In fact, I pretty much covered it twice just to make sure that if someone, you know, skipped later on into the video, they could see it firing and get the same description. Like I said, these are Slydev, great parts, very sturdy, no complaints from me, sent them in a very timely manner. He says about 2 to 3 weeks for production and everything like that. I got mine within 2 weeks, which is not bad with international shipping. So yeah, check him out. Link in the description. You guys know what to do otherwise. Subscribe. If you have any questions, email me at thenerfingtruth@gmail.com or leave them in the comment section below. And you guys stay classy.